and Rudy is the best in the league, and Wemby is right behind him, and with experience, he's going to be better. But as of right now, Rudy is the best at guarding both actions. And like just every team runs that action outside of Denver and Philly. And I think that's I don't know why Rudy's always number one defensive rating, his teams are, but if I had to pick something, I think that is right now Wemby is just a blocking machine. He's a really good defensive player. Hell, he's going to finish second. And whatever, and he's going to win a ton of these. You know what I mean? I just think right now he doesn't impact that side of the floor as well. Also, Rudy's a better individual defender. NBA awards predictions here, okay? And let's just go ahead and start at the top, man. The MVP. It seems like every year there is a lot of heavy conversations surrounding the MVP and storylines, and it's been the Embiid thing the last couple of years, Embiid versus Jokic, and then Giannis. That's what's really been the conversation the last 3 years, those three, and then the different storylines surrounding those three. But this year it's been eerily quiet.
Yeah, no
one has really separated themselves from the pack. And, whether that's a good thing or bad thing, there is some decent level of parity, especially on the West Coast. Jokic is going to win the award. And I think deservingly so. I think
that would be 3 and 4 years.
Right. And I think Jokic is he's an incredible player. I've come around on him, but I also think he has gotten better. Jokic just turned himself from a awful post and paint defender into an average one. And then he's already been an awesome, offensive ecosystem. You know what I mean? So you pair those two things together, and they've had team success. He's been able to hold the fort down without Jamal Murray, just not in the big games, but still, when you have – you still have to fight through the season, and they have done so with or without him for the most part, which is awesome, and it's all because of him. He hasn't missed a ton of time, just never has, knock on wood. He's going to win it. The only chance, and I'll let you go here, the only chance for Luka to win it is if Jokic slides to 2 or 3 in the standings, and they have to get to and stay at 4. All right, that's the only chance. But Luka has been, I know that's my guy, but he's been unfucking real this year. And he's turned himself from an awful perimeter defender to an average perimeter defender. And that's why I say he's having an unreal season. It's not even because of the offense. The offense I just expect from him. He's an offensive ecosystem. Same thing with Jokic and Jamal. Like when Kyrie's out, they've been holding down the fort. Just as a lesser team, not a lot of, but still, they've had a good season. They just got to get there and stay at 4. All right, go. And then you have Shea, too.
Well, it's good. The two things I was going to say. One thing I have a lot of respect for Jokic. I don't remember if you remember the story from Draymond Green. Draymond was doing a little TV piece at one point, and he criticized Joker's defense in a game, like his defensive positioning and rotations. And the next time they saw each other, like Jokic brought up on his own accord that, like, hey, man, I was thinking about that, and you were right. And I love that. From a high-level guy to take, literally constructive criticism from a peer on another team and have enough, wherewithal to say, yeah, maybe he's right on that. Maybe I do need to work on this and improve. A lot of respect for that. Always enjoyed that story. But I feel that, it has been a boring MVP year.
Right.
It really took a nosedive when Embiid got hurt because he was playing at a historic level, and he was the defending MVP. And you were just kind of like, man, what is he going to be able to do? And when he went out, it just lost a lot of steam, and you kind of have these they're not default candidates because they're all playing great in their own way, but it's a little bit awkward because you have Jokic, this could be 3 and 4 years, as defending NBA champion as well, and as possibly 1, maybe 2 seed in the West. So it's like he's already that level. Why would we not continue to honor him? Which is a little dull, but it might be the right thing to do. Versus, and my thing with Luka, and I know we could talk about roster composition and team, but it's like they've done better this year, and he's been great, no question about it. But you're still looking at it like, well, Jokic is like 3 spots ahead of you in your own conference. Like, why are we not going to continue to recognize him as the MVP?
Yeah.
And SGA is the guy that's kind of, I think, new to the conversation. And to be honest, I think I don't think we're ready to accept him right now as an MVP.
I think that's just what it is.
Yeah. And I do think that a significant playoff run would really help going into next year.
Yeah, I think so. Another thing that's Shea has missed some time over the last couple of weeks, but just more so than that, it's not just that he's new to the scene, but that's definitely a piece of it, but it's just something that's missing. Like because the team is awesome. I think you have it. I think you have it because I do. I think you have it right there on the spot. We have to see him succeed in a spot, but it's also kind of not fair because we haven't seen it from Luka. I mean, what Luka did make one, Western Conference Finals, but that was 3-4 years ago.
And that's always been my biggest beef with Luka is the lack of like.
But he's firmly in the conversation.
But to that point, and when I say we're not ready to do that with SGA, like Luka has been a prominent major name now for a couple of years.
Longer.
There's a lot of people, solid basketball fans, not complete casuals, that like this year, like realizing how good SGA is and looking at his game a little bit closer. But there's a part of this that although OKC has a very good record and he's played great, there's a part of us that doesn't know what to expect from that team and him in a playoff because we haven't seen it.
Can I test your objectivity?
Go ahead.
Do you have any?
Do I have objectivity?
Yeah.
Of course I do.
Shea or Anthony Edwards?
Present preference, Shea. Not close.
All the peripherals I didn't ask.
I answered your question.
But you added stuff. Shea or Anthony Edwards. If you start your team, you get the pick of the litter.
Starting a team.
You get the pick of the litter.
Oh, I was in MVP context. I was saying.
Oh, not MVP context.
No, I'm taking Ant.
Okay, yeah.
To start a team.
Okay. Well, maybe not to start a team. Who's the better basketball player?
Right at this moment, SGA.
Okay, that's my question. That's question.
That's basically. That's why I said on present form.
Yeah, but I didn't want to put MVP in there because there's other factors and stuff.
Yeah,
like
but
that.
I didn't put MVP in it until later.
Okay.
I said present form.
Okay.
Like right now.
Yeah, right now.
That's all I said. That's why I said the way. That's why I added the extra stuff you resented.
Okay.
There was a reason for my madness.
I'm with you. Okay. Yeah. That's objectivity.
Yeah. No, I feel honestly, I feel that SGA has more consistently played at a higher level than Ant has all year.
Yeah. Now, from MVP, and I just think that MVP that's an award that a lot of people talk about, but like you said, this year has lost its luster. This year, if there is an award that people are going to discuss, it's going to be a water cooler topic, is the Defensive Player of the Year award. I think that may even be the only award that is discussed in any type of conversation purposes. And that is a two-man race right now between your guy, Wemby, the alien, and Rudy Gobert. All right?
I don't think this is a race.
It's a race because Rudy is number one right now. He's the betting favorite and by a considerable amount. Of course you're going to go with Wemby. This is where you lose objectivity. I wanted to see where you want to go.
I don't,
because so it's not Ant-Man, it's Wemby that you lose.
Literally, Wemby has blocked more shots than Gobert has in 2 years.
But defense is not just blocking shots.
I get that. But Gobert is not without his faults as a defender.
In the regular season, he is without faults. He is.
No. He's still the same guy. He's not targeted as frequently and not played off the floor as much.
Well,
But he is what he is.
that's the thing. I mean, you can't like that regular season awards are regular season awards. And in the regular season, for whatever reasons, for reasons beyond fucking me, I cannot understand it. The reason why he's winning all of these Defensive Player of the Year awards every year is because he's amazing in the regular season. For what I don't know why the fucking reason is. I don't know why his teams have the number one defensive rating with him in it, and then they fall off 1,000 maps when he's not playing. I don't know why his defensive rating is just the best since Bill Russell in the 1950s. Even this year, even with Wemby inside of the NBA, Rudy is number one by a landslide. He's beating his years past. I don't know how or why.
Well,
but
a much better team overall as well.
No, his personal defensive rating.
I understand his personal defensive rating,
his personal
but
defensive
that's
rating.
not separated from the team.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is because Wemby
It's
is number
not.
2.
It's not.
It is because Wemby is number 2, and his team is trash. If that was an indication of how good your team was,
No,
then Wemby
think
would be like
it
number
is-
30 at second.
It's connected because I think Minnesota is a very difficult team to play against. And Rudy's a big part of that. But they have a lot of other long dudes, and they do defend and do a good job with ball pressure. They're a tough defensive team, and they're winning more games, and they're breaking more teams over the course of the year. And I think that contributes to his overall efficiency.
I think that's a very bad argument because every year Rudy is number one.
I get that he's
it's not just this Minnesota team.
I understand
it's
that,
his last
but I'm
team,
saying
it's the last year
but I'm
Minnesota.
saying this team has helped him as well.
So what about the last teams that he was on, that he was a part of?
I'm not saying he's a shit defender.
I know you're not. You're using the explanation that this Minnesota team is good. That's fair. I'm saying, what about the other teams he was number one on? Were those teams just as good? Is that the reason?
No.
So my point is,
I'm simply saying this year he was helped by the global success of the team.
Yeah,
because
I
you
don't think so.
control more games, you're on top of teams more, and you break more teams when you're winning.
I just don't think so. I think that the way teams play in the regular season is just so much suited to Rudy's play style.
I don't disagree with that. It doesn't have to be one or the other.
Just like I was explaining Edie's Purdue big man, his weakness, like that's one of Rudy's strength, and that is like primarily what NBA teams run. The pick and roll with the guard and the big, and you have these bigs who, like I would say 80% of the bigs in the league, they are the pick and roll, the alley hoop guys. They aren't offensive ecosystems. Like, you take Jokic and Embiid aside, and all of these other guys just roll to the rim for alley hoops. And then you have the guards who are very great with choosing to lay up or throw the alley. And Rudy is the best in the league, and Wemby is right behind him. And with experience, he's going to be better. But as of right now, Rudy is the best at guarding both actions. And like just every team runs that action outside of Denver and Philly. And I think that's, I don't know why Rudy's always number one defensive rating, his teams are, but if I had to pick something, I think that is and then in the playoffs, I think teams run more variations of their offense, different plays, different things. It's not taboo, and that's when Rudy gets played off the court. And that'll be my best explanation. I don't have anything outside of that. Doesn't mean I'm right. Doesn't mean you're wrong. But that's just what I see. And right now, Wemby is just a blocking machine. He's a really good defensive player. Hell, he's going to finish second. And whatever, and he's going to win a ton of these. You know what I mean? I just think right now he doesn't impact that side of the floor as well. Also, Rudy's a better individual defender. Wemby has gotten some fucking. He's been dropped off this year.
So here's a learning curve to
he's been like Jokic. Like he blocked Jokic like what 5 or 6 times in that one game.
Yeah,
but Jokic had like 46.
Yeah,
like Embiid is. I think I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Embiid had like 50 that game. Like he's been dropped off What's the big guy from Sacramento? He dropped like 45, 50 on him. Like Rudy is a much better individual defender, and as just right now today, he guards that one action that most teams, and I think that's going to be a deciding factor, that defensive rating, individual.
Yeah.
But that's going to be, I think that's the biggest award this year. I don't think nobody's going to care about anything else, huh?
Not according to you.
No, but it's
you basically made a strong case for Rudy.
Well, Rudy's going to win
close, and so then it's not a contest.
It is.
It's not.
It's going to be close. I'm not saying he's going to.
If we can definitively say Rudy's going to win, it's not a contest. If we go, here's a contest. When we go to this, and we don't really have any idea.
No, that's just me saying he's going to win. You're saying Wemby should win and go.
If I had to vote, I'm voting Wemby.
Right. So that's the contest. You know what I'm saying?
Between you and I.
Yeah. Like, I mean, unfortunately, we don't have an actual vote. Adam Silver
vote on damn near everything.
Adam Silver should check into that.
Yeah.
But that's and also what I'm saying is that's going to be the conversation, and that's credit to Wemby because of the star that either he is or becoming. That this is going to be a big conversation. People are going to talk about it. Yeah. I think even more so than any other award. I don't even want to go through the other awards like Coach of the Year, Sixth Man. First of all, I don't fucking know. And second of all, they're just not as conversationable, you know.
Yeah. I mean, Wemby's a special talent.
Yeah,
and
he is.
This is the one thing that he can come close to achieving in this rookie season, other than Rookie of the Year, obviously, but that would be one of those things that you're like, okay, he's in the mix for this.
Yeah.
And it's, he really does leave you with the sensation of like, what are we seeing? Like, where's this going? Like, how much better can he be? And again, when you talk about like, kind of learning how to defend actions better and be positionally better, it's like, what's the ceiling on that? And it might be something we've never seen.
It will be something we've never seen.
That's the thing.
It just will be. Now, he has to get away from Pop. Like tonight, he's not injured. Nothing's wrong with him.
Right.
It's not a back-to-back, but he's sitting out tonight
against
Chet.
They're done. They have 3 games left. Like, why are you not playing?
Why are you not playing?
Yeah, I hate
God
this.
forbid he went out there tonight and destroyed his entire leg. He'll be okay for next season. Like, why are you sitting him out?
Yeah. No, I'm.
And it's against Chet. It's against okay, sit him out the next 2 games of the regular season. Like, that doesn't give a fuck. Like, but come on, man.
Stop sitting people.
Period.
If you're healthy, play. Yeah. If you can't play, sit out until you're healthy enough to play. This whole thing of load management.
You know what it says on his thing? It says rest.
Yeah.
That's
what common now. Because that's where we are. That's where awful. We've gotten to this. Like, I mean, and I hate to say, like, you'll be at AAU stuff, you'll be at high school games, and kids that are in their teens are like okay sitting out. Like, I would be furious if I had to sit out. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate that mentality. I think it's real bullshit.
Yeah.
With that.
No, I definitely do.